It is unfortunate that, over 3 decades after its premiere, the In the Heat of the Night TV series, which boasted an extensive ensemble cast, has witnessed the passing of numerous cast members. Based on the 1965 novel by John Ball and the iconic 1967 film starring Sidney Poitier, this series debuted in 1988 on NBC. After Season 5, it moved to CBS, where it aired until its conclusion in Season 8. Serving as a sequel to the movie, the show is set in the late 1980s to early 1990s, a time frame concurrent with its original broadcast. Howard Rollins, the talented actor who portrayed Chief of Detectives Virgil Tibbs in 1988 at the age of 38, had a notable career on stage and screen. Born on October 17, 1950 in Baltimore, Maryland, to Ruth and Howard Ellsworth Rollins Sr., Rollins was the youngest of 4 children. His journey into the world of acting began in 1970 when he left college to join the PBS soap opera Our Street as Slick. Seeking broader horizons, Rollins moved to New York City in 1974 and subsequently graced Broadway productions, including We Interrupt This Program, 1975, The Mighty Gents, 1978, and G.R. Point, 1979. Rollins never married nor had children. Interestingly, he was distantly related to former American MLB player Jimmy Rollins. Sadly, Rollins left us too soon, passing away at only 46 years old on December 8th due to complications from lymphoma at St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital Center in New York City. Hugh O'Connor. The versatile actor Hugh O'Connor, who played Lieutenant Lonnie Jameson in 1988 at the age of 26, entered our world in Rome, Italy. He was just 6 days old when he was adopted by Carol and his wife, Nancy, while Carol was filming Cleopatra in Rome. Hugh's name holds a special significance, as he was named after Carol's younger brother, who had passed away in a tragic motorcycle accident in 1961. Hugh found love with Angela Clayton, a wardrobe assistant on In the Heat of the Night, and they married on March 28, 1992, welcoming a son, Sean Carroll O'Connor. Unfortunately, on March 28, 1995, a desperate Hugh called his father, expressing his intention to end his life, feeling defeated by his addiction and unable to face further rehabilitation. Carol rushed to help, but it was too late. Hugh had taken his own life. The police determined that he had cocaine in his system when he died. Carl Weathers. The renowned actor Carl Weathers, known for his charismatic presence on screen, portrayed Chief Hampton Forbes in 1993 at the age of 45. Weathers entered the world on January 14, 1948, in New Orleans, Louisiana, and demonstrated versatility by working as an extra while simultaneously pursuing a football career. His friendship with Arthur Marks led to significant roles in the blaxploitation films Bucktown, 1975, and Friday Foster, 1975. Weathers continued to showcase his talent in 2019, appearing as Greef Karga in the Star Wars series The Mandalorian. He further contributed to the series by stepping behind the camera to direct the episode Chapter 12, The Siege, in Season 2, and Chapter 20, The Foundling, in Season 3. Sadly, Weathers passed away at his home in Los Angeles on February 2, 2024, at 76 years old due to atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. Dan Biggers. Dan Biggers, an esteemed figure in both education and acting, played Dr. Frank Robb in 1989 at the age of 68. Born in Newton County, Georgia in 1931, Biggers dedicated his early career to academia, serving as an English instructor at Toccoa High School in the late 1950s. He went on to become the headmaster of Thornwood in Rome, Georgia in 1963, and later assumed the role of Dean of Students at Berry College starting in 1967. During his tenure, a student uprising overtook the campus security team. Before his acting pursuits, Biggers held a significant role at the University of Georgia, working alongside Dean Tate, Dean of Men, and even escorted Charlene Hunter during her integration of the university in 1960. In 1997, Biggers showcased his acting skills by portraying Harry Cram in Clint Eastwood's film adaptation of John Berendt's best-selling book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Sadly, Biggers passed away in the morning of December 5, 2011, in Rome, Georgia, leaving behind a legacy in both education and entertainment. Dennis Lipscomb. The talented Dennis Lipscomb, who portrayed Mayor Jim Findley in 1988 at the age of 46, had a versatile career in both engineering and acting. With a degree in engineering from Clarkson University, Lipscomb made his feature film debut in Union City, 1980. He went on to land key roles in various notable films throughout the 1980s and early 1990s, including Love Child, 1982, War Games, 1983, Eyes of Fire, 1983, The Day After, 1983, A Soldier's Story, 1984, Crossroads, 1986, Amazing Grace and Chuck, 1987, Retribution, 1987. Lipscomb also ventured into television, appearing in commercials and shows such as WKRP in Cincinnati, T.J. Hooker, and Wise Guy, 1987 CBS, where he played Sid Royce Elvis Prim. To younger audiences, he may be best remembered as DCI Peter Sterling in Spycraft: The Great Game. He died on July 30, 2014, in Los Angeles, California. Lois Nettleton. The esteemed actress Lois Nettleton, who played Joanne St. John in 1988 at 61 years old, graced the world with her presence on August 16, 1927, in Oak Park, Illinois, born to Virginia and Edward L. Nettleton. Raised by her maternal aunt's family, Nettleton found her calling in Hollywood. Her first prominent role came in Period of Adjustment, 1962, a film adaptation of a Tennessee Williams play, where she portrayed a woman in a troubled marriage. Nettleton's versatility shone through as she lent her voice to radio, appearing in episodes of the CBS Radio Mystery Theater. In her later years, she continued voice work as Athena in Hicks' Adventures and as Maleficent in House of Mouse and Mickey's House of Villains. Sadly, Nettleton passed away on January 18, 2008, in Woodland Hills, California, at 80 years old due to lung cancer. Ted Manson. The versatile actor Ted Manson, who portrayed Elmer in 1989 at the age of 63, brought his talents to various films, including The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, 2008, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, 2006, and Runaway Jury, 2003. Manson's life journey began in Columbus, Ohio, USA, on October 23, 1926. Sadly, he passed away on June 1, 2008, in Atlanta, Georgia. Wesley Addy. Wesley Addy, the esteemed actor who played Arvin Allenby in 1993 at the age of 80, entered our world in Omaha, Nebraska, as the second child and only son of John Roy Addy, a minister, and his Danish-born wife, Maren S. Nelson, a nurse. Addy's career included a notable appearance in the Sidney Lumet-directed film Network, 1976, written by Paddy Chayefsky. Addy and Lumet collaborated once more in The Verdict, where Addy portrayed one of the individuals challenged in Paul Newman's case against a hospital and two doctors for malpractice. Another memorable role for Addy was that of Lieutenant Commander Alvin Kramer in Tora, 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 where he tried in vain to warn American officials of the impending attack on Pearl Harbor. Addy found love with actress Celeste Holm, and they remained married until his death. The couple resided in Manhattan at 88 Central Park West, and later in Washington Township, Morris County, New Jersey. Addy's life came to a close at Danbury Hospital in Danbury, Connecticut. Fran Bennett, the talented Fran Bennett, who portrayed Aunt Rhoda Gibson in 1990 at the age of 53, graced the world with her presence in Malvern, Arkansas. Bennett's acting journey began on the stage, making her debut in theater, followed by her television debut in the daytime soap opera Guiding Light. She went on to land guest-starring roles in Roots: The Next Generations, Lou Grant, Dallas, Falcon Crest, Knots Landing, and L.A. Law. In 2019, Bennett showcased her versatility once more by taking on the role of Mother Olivia Jefferson in a recreation of the pilot episode of The Jeffersons in Live in Front of a Studio Audience, Norman Lear's All in the Family and The Jeffersons. She shared the screen with renowned actors Jamie Foxx, Wanda Sykes, Kerry Washington, and Will Ferrell. Sadly, Bennett passed away in Los Angeles on September 12, 2021, at 84 years old. Burgess Meredith. Burgess Meredith, the legendary actor who played Judge Cully in 1993 at the age of 86, entered our world in 1907 in Cleveland, Ohio, as the son of Ida Beth and William George Meredith, a Canadian-born physician of English descent. Meredith's career was marked by early critical acclaim, particularly for his portrayal of George in the 1939 adaptation of John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men, and as war correspondent Ernie Pyle in The Story of G.I. Joe, 1945. A lifelong Democrat, Meredith actively supported the party through his donations. In his 1994 autobiography, So Far, So Good, Meredith revealed that he experienced violent mood swings due to cyclothymia, a form of bipolar disorder. His final role before passing away was in the 1996 video game Ripper by Take-Two Interactive, where he voiced the characters Hamilton Wofford and Covington Wofford. Meredith left us on September 9, 1997, at 89 years old, due to complications from Alzheimer's disease and melanoma. Stuart Culpepper. The multi-talented Stuart Culpepper, who portrayed Judge Sims in 1988 at the age of 50, brought his skills to both sides of the camera as an actor and cinematographer. Born on March 15, 1938 in Atlanta, Georgia, Culpepper left his mark on projects such as Frisky Dingo, 2006, In the Heat of the Night, and Time of the Eagle, 1979. He passed away on June 12, 2022 in the USA, leaving behind a body of work that showcased his talents. Mel Stewart. Mel Stewart, the esteemed actor who played Calvin Peterson in 1990 at 61 years old, graced both television and film with his presence. In the early 1960s, Stewart showcased his versatility by appearing in the Broadway shows Purlie Victorious, The Hostage, The Cool World, and Simply Heavenly. Stewart's early career also included voice acting, and he lent his talents to a long jazz composition titled Scenes in the City, featuring a text by Lon Elder and Langston Hughes, which appeared on Charles Mingus's 1957 album, A Modern Jazz Symposium of Music and Poetry. Beyond acting and directing, Stewart was a skilled jazz saxophonist and an accomplished teacher, instructing acting at San Francisco State University, with actor Danny Glover among his students. His last on-screen appearance was in the 1993 film Made in America, starring Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson. Stewart found love with Annie Dong, whom he married on July 11, 1976, and they had a daughter together. Sadly, Stewart passed away on February 24, 2002, due to Alzheimer's disease. Adair Simon. The talented Adair Simon, who portrayed Emily Trundell in 1990 at the age of 40, graced the world of acting with her presence. Born on August 14, 1950, in Ocala, Florida, USA, Simon left her mark on projects such as I'll Fly Away, 1991, and Just a Friend, 1985. She was married to David Simon during her lifetime. Simon passed away on November 8, 2018 in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, leaving behind a legacy of performances. Ed Grady. Ed Grady, the esteemed actor who played Cameron in 1989 at 66 years old, entered our world on August 31, 1923, in Kinston, North Carolina. Grady's educational journey included graduating from Granger High School in Kinston. During World War II, he enlisted in the Army Air Force and trained as a cryptographer. Grady's career spanned both television and film, with appearances in Matlock in 1989, Lolita in 1997, and The Notebook in 2004. Beyond the screen, Grady took on theater roles, including 3 seasons at Unto These Hills, an outdoor Cherokee historical drama staged in Cherokee, North Carolina. In the play, Grady portrayed Drowning Bear, delving into the story of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. Grady's passions extended beyond acting, as he taught television production and English at Freedom High School in Morganton, North Carolina during the 1970s, and later at Keenan High School in Columbia, South Carolina. Grady called Columbia, South Carolina, his home, and he passed away at Palmetto Health Richland Hospital in the same city on December 10, 2012, at 89 years old. Richard McKenzie. The esteemed actor Richard McKenzie, who portrayed Preston Donner in 1991 at the age of 61, embarked on his career in television, making his debut in a 1961 episode of the sitcom My Three Sons as Quinn. McKenzie's journey in front of the camera continued, and after a 14-year hiatus, he returned to guest star as Dr. Williams on the TV drama Doctor's Hospital in 1975. Throughout the 1970s, he made frequent guest appearances on various television shows. McKenzie's talent also shone in feature films and television movies over the course of 22 years, with his first movie role as Behan in the 1971 film Doc. Audiences also remember him for his memorable appearances in films such as AWOL, 1978, Being There, 1979, The Doctor, 1991, and Ghost in the Machine, 1993. McKenzie's prowess extended to the stage, with Broadway credits including That Championship Season and Uncle Vanya, among others. Sadly, McKenzie passed away on December 1, 2023, at the age of 93. John Wesley. John Wesley, the talented actor who played Vic Glendon in 1990 at 43 years old, left his mark on both television and film. He was known for his role as Mr. Jim on the series Martin for 3 seasons, and as the series' regular Sweets Walker on Dirty Dancing, the television series. Wesley's voice and presence graced numerous commercials and voiceovers, including Rafaki. His first main film role was as Frankie in Missing in Action 2, The Beginning, starring Chuck Norris, while his first credited film appearance was in the 1968 Clint Eastwood western Hang 'em High. Wesley's accomplishments extended beyond the screen, as he was an award-winning stage actor and a Vietnam veteran. With a passion for learning, Wesley earned degrees from the University of California, San Diego Graduate Acting Program, and the University of San Diego. Sadly, Wesley passed away on September 7, 2019, from complications of multiple myeloma, just 5 weeks after his 72nd birthday. Rosemary Murphy. The esteemed actress Rosemary Murphy, who portrayed Joanna Allenby in 1993 at the age of 68, was born in Munich, Germany in 1925 to American parents Mildred and Robert Daniel Murphy, a diplomat. With the onset of World War II, the family left Germany in 1939. Murphy's talent shone both on screen and in television, most notably in her portrayal of Sarah Delano Roosevelt in the TV miniseries Eleanor and Franklin, 1976, and Eleanor and Franklin: The White House Years, 1977, for which she won an Emmy Award. Her film appearances included To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962, as Maudie Atkinson, and Walking Tall, 1973, as Callie Hacker. Murphy's prowess earned her 3 Tony Award nominations throughout her career. She never married or had children but was survived by her sister and nephew. Murphy passed away on July 5, 2014 in Manhattan from esophageal cancer. Chuck Hicks. Chuck Hicks, the versatile actor who played Red Jack in 1988 at 61 years old, left his mark on both athletics and entertainment. A student at Burbank High School, Hicks served as senior class president in 1946 and played football. Hicks's service to his country came during World War II, when he joined the U.S. Merchant Marine and later the Navy. While in the Navy, he achieved the title of boxing champion of the United States Fifth Fleet. Hicks continued his athletic pursuits at Loyola Marymount University, where he played football and boxed, later earning induction into the school's Athletes Hall of Fame. He also showcased his football skills by playing for the Eagle Rock Athletic Club. Hicks's career extended beyond stunt work, as he appeared in several films, including the ABC Desilu television series The Untouchables, starring Robert Stack, where he played federal agent Lamar Kane in the first season. Hicks passed away in Las Vegas, Nevada, on May 4, 2021, at 93 years old, with his son attributing his death to complications from a stroke he had suffered at the end of 2020. J. Don Ferguson. The renowned actor J. Don Ferguson, who portrayed Kevin Riley in 1989 at the age of 56, shone on the stage of Savannah, Georgia, in regional theater productions. Ferguson's experience extended beyond acting, as he also served as an NCAA basketball tournament referee for 10 years, a role that aligned with his casting in several related acting parts. Ferguson passed away on October 1, 2008 in Savannah, Georgia. Pat Hingle. Pat Hingle, the esteemed actor who played Daddy Roy Eversole in 1993 at 69 years old, entered our world in Miami, Florida, as the son of a building contractor father and a mother who worked tirelessly. Hingle's educational journey took him to Weslaco, Texas, where he attended high school and played tuba in the WHS band. During World War II, he enlisted in the U.S. Navy in December 1941, interrupting his studies at the University of Texas, and served on the destroyer USS Marshall. Hingle's acting journey began in college, and after graduation he moved to New York, refining his craft at HB Studio and the American Theater wing of the Actors Studio. This led to his Broadway debut in End as a Man. Hingle is fondly remembered for his portrayal of Commissioner Gordon in the 1989 film Batman and its 3 sequels. He is one of only 2 actors to appear in the 4 Batman films from 1989 to 1997, the other being Michael Gough. Hingle's dedication to the craft continued beyond his performances, as he established the Pat Hingle Guest Artist Endowment in November 2007 to support students working with visiting professional actors at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Hingle's personal life included 2 marriages, first to Alice Faye Dorsey on June 3, 1947, with whom he had 3 children, and later to Julia Wright in 1979, with whom he had 2 more children. Hingle passed away at his home in Carolina Beach, North Carolina, on January 3, 2009, from myelodysplasia, a disease diagnosed in November 2008. Christopher Allport. The talented Christopher Allport, who portrayed D.A. Dutton in 1989 at 42 years old, began his acting journey at the young age of 9 in New Canaan, Connecticut, at the Children's Theater. Allport's passion for the craft continued as he studied at Northwestern University, working with director Paul Sills and Story Theater. His performances took him to various prestigious venues, including the Public Theater at Lincoln Center in New York, the Ensemble Studio Theater, and in Los Angeles, at the Taper, South Coast Repertory, and with Padua Playwrights. Allport's television credits included appearances on renowned shows such as Midnight Caller, The X-Files, Commander-in-Chief, ER, Felicity, Mad Men, and Brothers and Sisters. Sadly, Allport's life was cut short when he was caught in an avalanche near the Mountain High Ski Resort in Wrightwood, San Bernardino County, California. The San Gabriel Mountains, typically free of avalanches, had been hit by 3 feet of snow the week before Allport's tragic passing. Bobby Short. Bobby Short, the legendary musician and actor who played Ches Collins in 1991 at 67 years old, brought his talents to the world from his birthplace of Danville, Illinois. Short shared a unique connection with 2 of his school classmates, Dick Van Dyke and Donald O'Connor. At just 11 years old, Short left home with his mother's permission and moved to Chicago, where he began performing piano in dance halls, saloons, and as a busker. Short's versatility shone in his appearance in the 1991 episode Chess and the Grand Lady of In the Heat of the Night, where he also performed the episode's theme song. He reprised this role in the 1994 episode of the same title. Short's film appearances included the 1993 Michael J. Fox comedy For Love or Money, where he performed Mark Shaman's song In Your Eyes. Short's final film role was in Man of the Century, 1999. In recognition of his contributions, the Library of Congress designated Short a living legend in 2000 as part of its bicentennial celebration. The following year, his voice graced the 200th episode of the beloved sitcom Frasier. Short continued to tour and perform until his passing on March 21, 2005, from leukemia at New York Presbyterian Hospital. Kim Hamilton. The esteemed actress Kim Hamilton, who portrayed Ellen Shore in 1991 at the age of 59, was born in Los Angeles, California, and initially aspired to work as a model during her youth. However, Hamilton faced challenges due to her short stature and race, which prevented her from finding work in the fashion industry. Determined to pursue a creative path, she enrolled in acting classes and enlisted an agent's services after spotting an advertisement in the Los Angeles Times. Hamilton's career took off, and she landed the role of Andy's girlfriend in several episodes of the 1950s television sitcom Amos and Andy. Hamilton's accomplishments were recognized as part of Columbia University's Big Read program, which celebrated Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird through guest lectures, productions, and panel discussions. In her later years, Hamilton divided her time between her homes in Manhattan and her birthplace, Los Angeles. Sadly, Hamilton passed away in 2013, just 4 days after her 81st birthday in Los Angeles, from undisclosed causes. Cesare Danova. Cesare Danova, the charismatic actor who played Father DeMarco in 1992 at 66 years old, entered our world in Bergamo, Italy, as Cesare Dattinger, the son of an Austrian father and an Italian mother. Adopting the stage name Danova after becoming an actor in Rome at the end of World War II, he embarked on a journey to Hollywood. Danova's career took off after his appearance in the film Don Juan, 1955, which led to his immigration to the United States and a contract with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer in 1956. His screen presence graced films such as The Man Who Understood Women, 1959, and he auditioned for a part in Ben-Hur. However, his big break came with the role of Apollodorus, Cleopatra's personal servant, in the 1963 film Cleopatra, directed by Joseph Mankiewicz and starring Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, and Rex Harrison. Sadly, Danova passed away from a heart attack on March 19, 1992, at 66 years old, while attending a meeting of the Foreign Language Film Committee at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences headquarters in Los Angeles. Carroll O'Connor. The iconic Carroll O'Connor, who portrayed Chief William O. Bill Gillespie in 1988 at 64 years old, began his acting journey on the stages of Dublin and New York during the 1950s. O'Connor's breakthrough came when he was cast by director Burgess Meredith in a featured role in the Broadway adaptation of James Joyce's novel Ulysses. This connection forged a close, lifelong friendship between the two. O'Connor's generosity extended beyond the screen, as he and his wife donated $1 million in 1997 to their alma mater, the University of Montana, to match a challenge grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities. This led to the establishment of the O'Connor Center for the Rocky Mountain West, dedicated to regional studies and public policy. O'Connor also shared his knowledge as a screenwriting teacher at the university. Sadly, O'Connor passed away at 76 years old on June 21, 2001 in Culver City, California, from a heart attack brought on by complications from diabetes. This is just a small sample of the talented actors from In the Heat of the Night who have sadly left us. Their contributions to the show will always be remembered. Thank you for joining us on this journey.